Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Culinary tour of Southern States of America. What would you expect with one of these? And here we are, and I think it's given away by Nick's t-shirt. We are talking Mississippi. And we have Nick and we have Nell, who's from the State Tourism Board. Now, if I came to Mississippi, what would you serve me? What would you think that I would want to eat or drink that I could take away as a food memory that would draw me back?
I mean, Nick's laughing when he hears you ask this question because I would bring Nick to my home and have him cook for you. But it really, and I'm deflecting, but truly I think that what we've been talking about today has been the farm to table concept. Because in a lot of ways, I feel like Mississippi invented that concept, and we weren't calling it farm to table, but we've always been foragers who are eating what we found, what we caught, what we raised, and that's a huge part of the work Nick does. And I'll let you, elaborate on it.
Well, Nick, is that, you're obviously the food man here in this discussion. Is that still an integral part of Mississippian life, that it's what you can get locally, what you can get fresh?
Yes, that's our day-to-day lifestyle. So having these amazing people come into Mississippi and visit, that's the thing about Mississippi that kind of sets us apart. We don't treat you any other way than how we treat ourselves. It's very authentic in what we do, and what I call it is like a rooted lifestyle. We have everything from the rootedness of vegetation, from animals. We have abundance of vegans, vegetarians, people that love fish. And with even just the catfish, you'll never be able to get an experience like catfish at your dinner table that's only, 60, 70 miles away that's been harvested. It's just such a great feeling, especially when you spin that with local heirloom black-eyed peas and speckled butter beans and collards and turnip greens. Now, for me, we take that and go into whatever way that you see in that moment. I was raised at the dinner table with my grandmother on a farm. So everything that I cook is inspirations from how I was raised. And we got like the Mississippi gumbo. And it's all locally sourced from the heirloom beans, from the speckled beans, from the black-eyed peas, from the collard greens, and also too from the localness of the okra, and it still has sassafras leaves, and that is designed for Mississippi. So when you get there, that's what you're going to be served. You're going to be served things that's so, besides just hearty, it's just so, the taste. You'll never be able to experience that anywhere else.
See, perfect. That's what I'm going to serve. Done. Yeah. It's gumbo for dinner.
Yeah, and that in essence is really what you want. Is you want something that you can't taste anywhere else in the world. Otherwise, you've just got clone cuisine, clone food, haven't you? Which I think is something that people could have aimed at the USA 20 years ago, but I'm not sure now, and certainly not in the South. Is there in your restaurants, in your food service, is there a particular dish that you like to cook and you like to eat?
Oh yeah, I got several. The other highlight of Mississippi is we have so many different food items that is so health forward for you that you wouldn't even be able to realize it, because our fruit population, from our foraging to, you got wild fruit and you got the fruit and all that we actually raise in Mississippi, is just so great. So I have a salad that's it's nothing about, it's all about preservation. So the pickled dewberries on there is got to pickle for at least 90 days. So to get this salad on a dinner table, you got to have 3 to 6 months worth of, really honestly, of time spent to get this. And that's the great characters about a lot of the food that I serve, but this is something that I could eat every single day. And this salad has those pickled dewberries on it. We take duca, which is not from Mississippi, but I put my spin on duca with sunflower seeds, and I add in like local pecans. So local pecans, you get that crunch on it. And we got goat cheese. So I make the goat cheese. We have plenty of goat milk in there. And that's served with microgreens, which some are wild and some are raised from just greenhouses that's close with the farmers. And this is the biggest part about the texture of it. We take sugar cane. So the sugar cane is made with crackers, and that's formed into a twill cracker over the top. And you're supposed to just be whimsical and just have fun and eat this. And you just take your fork and you crunch that twill over, which is going to be very brittle, and it activates into like a salad with the cheese and with the acidity from the balsamic and the apple cider. And that right there, I can live off that. And if I want to add some more protein of Gulf shrimp or catfish to it, I can. And that with the Mississippi gumbo, honestly, that could be a meal that I'll serve myself and eat every
You
single
forgot the
day.
hoe cakes.
Yes.
You know I need the hoe cake.
Yeah, she do need the hoe cakes.
And what are hoe cakes?
So hoe cakes are, I'm trying to continue to talk about hoe cakes because I know it can people can think it'd be offensive if you don't understand what a hoe cake is. And hoe cake is just like a cornbread batter, and it was designed because it was no stoves, and the hoe which is a gardening tool, was heated over a fireplace, over just a pit fire, and you use it just like a cast iron skillet and sear up your cakes on it, almost like pancakes, and you get a lot of the char on the outside. So what we do now is still take that same batter, but cook it in a cast iron skillet, so you still have that edge of that golden brown on the outer layer, and it's almost like a pancake in a sense, but you accompany that with like braised collard greens and pickled onions for like the acidity, and hot sauce. Hot sauce is a big thing for Mississippi. It's a part of the preservation too. And it's good to have hot sauce that's been curing for 30 days or 60 days. It's just a good thing. It has a little sweet texture to it. And that's one of the dishes we're featuring here this week for the food festival.
And see, I love the story with that because I think it ties back into the concept that we started talking about, which is that, you've got these Mississippians who are cooking with what's available. They're using what they have, but it's the South, and we're going to elevate that food and make it delicious.
Yep.
And I think, if you're cooking something over an open fire on a hoe, and then we've taken that and made that into this gourmet item, but essentially it goes all the way back to the roots.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds fantastic. It really, really does. I mean, hoe cakes, I've never even heard of them, but I want one.
Yes.
We're going to feature one.
Good. Thank you very much.
Yes.